The Penguin continues its dark, gritty descent into Gotham's criminal underworld in Episode 4, expertly blending flashbacks with present-day power struggles. This episode delves deeper into the twisted psyche of Sofia Falcone, revealing her tragic backstory while continuing to push Oz further down the path of betrayal and ambition.
Oz, what the fuck is she talking about?
Shut your goddamn mouth.
Oh, I thought for a moment you two were... that perhaps you asked him to
Asked him to what?
kill your brother.
The episode opens with an intense confrontation between Nadia Maroni and Oz outside the nightclub as she exposes Oz's duplicity. The stakes have never been higher. Oz's betrayal, including the killing of Alberto Falcone, has finally caught up with him. Nadia is relentless in her pursuit of justice for her family. What's key here is how the show plays on Oz's survival instinct. As we've seen before, Oz is a master manipulator, and he pleads for his life, attempting to convince Nadia that he was only using Sophia to gain access to bliss, the drug that has become a central piece in Gotham's criminal operations. This scene encapsulates Oz's character perfectly. He's always ready to talk his way out of situations, always looking for an angle to survive. The tension in this sequence is palpable as we watch him desperately try to twist the narrative in his favor. However, the power dynamics shift when Victor arrives, crashing into Maroni's henchmen, allowing Oz to escape. But his actions come with a cost. He abandons a severely wounded Sophia, an act that will have consequences as the show progresses.
Mom?
The heart of the episode lies in the flashbacks to Sophia's past. These sequences are not just a simple retelling of her trauma, but an exploration of what shaped her into the cold, calculated figure we see in the present day. We learn that Sophia once headed a foundation named after her mother, Isabella, and that she was haunted by her mother's apparent suicide. The visual contrast between Sophia's life before and after her mother's death is striking. We see her in positions of power and influence, but there's always an undercurrent of vulnerability and confusion. The introduction of Summer Gleason, the persistent reporter, adds a layer of intrigue to Sophia's backstory. Summer's suspicions about the mysterious deaths of women linked to the Iceberg Lounge mirror Sophia's own doubts about her mother's fate. This subplot gradually builds tension, leading us to question whether Isabella's death was truly a suicide, or if it was orchestrated by Carmine Falcone. This is where the psychological tension ramps up. Sophia is betrayed by the people closest to her, her father Carmine and even Oz, who she trusted. The revelation that Oz informed Carmine about her meetings with Summer and the subsequent framing of Sophia for murder sets off a chain of events that will define her future. It's clear that the betrayal cut deep, pushing Sophia toward the edge of madness.
He is punishing me for something he did.
You don't know that.
Alberto! Wake up! Are you kidding me? He strangled those women, and then he strangled that reporter and strung her up to pin it on me.
Sophia's time in Arkham Asylum is both harrowing and transformative. The brutal conditions inside Arkham, the electroshock therapy, the constant mockery from inmates, and the manipulation by the doctors all contribute to Sophia's psychological breakdown. The nickname, the Hangman, feels like a twisted reflection of her trauma, linking back to her mother's death by hanging. But despite these horrors, Sophia's willpower doesn't break. In fact, it hardens. When we see her murder a fellow inmate, it signals her complete descent into darkness. This is Sophia accepting the cruelty of the world around her. The episode uses her time in Arkham to explore how trauma, betrayal, and isolation can warp someone's psyche, turning them into something monstrous. What's particularly poignant is the moment when Dr. Rush, one of the few sympathetic figures, expresses doubt about Sophia's guilt. This small glimmer of hope contrasts sharply with the overwhelming bleakness of Sophia's situation. But hope, as it turns out, has no place in Sophia's world.
I'd really hoped that it would be different. But I understand. I don't fit into this family anymore.
In the present day, Sophia's actions speak louder than her words. After awakening at Dr. Rush's house, she reflects on her lack of allies and the broken world she inhabits. This moment of introspection is crucial because it marks a turning point in Sophia's character. She no longer sees herself as a victim of circumstance. Instead, she embraces the chaos around her and begins to wield it as a weapon. The climax of the episode sees Sophia orchestrating a brutal and calculated act of revenge against her family. The scene where she unleashes a deadly gas in the Falcone mansion, killing everyone inside, including her uncle Luca, is a masterstroke of tension. This moment is not just about vengeance. It's about reclaiming power. By eliminating her family, Sophia positions herself as the sole heir to the Falcone Empire. The episode closes on a chilling note as Sophia confronts the only survivor, Johnny Vitti, in a cold and calculated manner. Her words, "We need to talk," serve as a final reminder that Sophia is now in complete control, not only of her fate but also of Gotham's criminal underworld. Episode 4 of The Penguin displays tension, character development, and the complex interplay of power. Sophia's transformation into a ruthless force, combined with Oz's growing desperation, sets the stage for an interesting confrontation in future episodes. The use of flashbacks to deepen our understanding of Sophia's trauma adds a rich layer of complexity to her character, making her both sympathetic and terrifying. As the season progresses, it's clear that no one in Gotham is safe from betrayal, manipulation, or revenge. Sophia and Oz are both products of a corrupt and broken system, but their responses to it couldn't be more different. Where Sophia embraces the chaos and uses it to fuel her rise, Oz clings to his survival instincts, even as his grip on power begins to slip. This episode not only moves the story forward but deepens the psychological stakes for both of our protagonists, ensuring that the battle for Gotham's criminal empire will be as brutal as it is personal. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.